I'll sack that fool. Hit him, 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 hit him. Smash him up. Watch that move. Went too swift, can't catch these dudes. Hit him, 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 hit him. Listen, 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 hit him, listen. The Eagles talk high, let's talk Eagles. Philly bleed green, it's from your people. Fly, Eagles, fly. The beat the squad, Big Pat, Sharon, Dante, the dark child. Drop the stacks on him, drop the facts on him. Bird game, baby, let's get it on.
Hey fam, it's your man Dante the Dark Knight, and welcome to another edition, pre-game edition of Eagles Talk by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. Our Philadelphia Eagles take on the Arizona Cardinals today. And if you saw, as you waited for the program to start, you saw Eagles Talk will begin shortly. Warning, explicit language will be used this show here. Because I've come to you guys. I try to be as professional as possible, but I got to take it back to the streets right now because I saw a report this morning that just has me pissed off. So this is this is going to be Dark Knight Street Edition because this is some bullshit. This report here, and I'm one of the biggest Wentz proponents out there. But after this report here, I'm officially jumping off of the Wentz wagon. I am off of the Wentz wagon. This motherfucker, it said today that he don't want to play if he got to be a backup. How about this? How about go out and win the job, Wentz? Is he saying to me that he doesn't even want it to compete for the job? Is he trying to muscle his way into a starting position without having to compete for it? Now, we don't know what these last 3 games are going to produce by Jalen Hurts. But in the event that Jalen Hurts plays well enough to warrant a quarterback competition in next season's training camp, Wentz is telling me that he's not willing to compete if he has to back up someone. How about you go out and win the job? If you go out and win the job, you don't have to worry about backing anybody up. And on top of that, he was benched for good cause. Nobody looked at Wentz and said, you know what, we need to shake things up and let's do it with the quarterback. No, you fucking suck, dog. You sucked coming into this benching, dog. You really did. He blew, man. It wasn't like these people just made some shit up and said, let's bench our franchise quarterback. No, you gave him good reason to. And I've been sitting on here week after week giving great excuses for what might have contributed to you having a bad year. But let's face it, you had a bad freaking year, man. 78 quarterback rating all year, dog. You missed a whole game and you still lead the league in interceptions, dog. The first time your replacement plays a game, he doesn't get sacked one time, and I've been putting all the blame on the offensive line. His first game, no sacks. No sacks. Turnovers minimum. No interceptions. Dude, are you kidding me? You can fucking leave. You can leave, dog. You can go, man. You can be out of here. I've been fighting for you to stay here, and you're going to come up with this shit here? No, fuck that. No.
Wow.
I'm sorry, man. No,
wow.
Fuck that, man.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
For your information, that's Uptown Dante right there.
yeah, man. Fuck that. I'm serious, man. Like, yo,
we feel your pain.
Did not put this game. I didn't share my show with certain groups because I knew it was going to be Uptown Dante today. So I didn't share it to the family friendly groups or anything like that. And anybody that's offended by my language, I'm sorry. That's all I can say. But dude, this guy, are you kidding me?
Content.
Are you kidding me?
You know what, Dante? As much as I want to agree with you, and I do agree with you, a lot of instances, I agree with you. You know what? It's no. You don't give the team any ammunition. You have no ammunition behind what you put out there. If it's real or fake, whatever it may be, your stats this year, you're in the bottom half of quarterbacks, not at the you're in the bottom half of backup quarterbacks. Like, you're terrible this year, and your ability to be that playmaker that we once coveted is not there no more. You're not able to make the the logical play, the special play, the check down. You're not even doing that. You're getting hit, you're getting sacked, you're turning the ball over at a clip that's unseen in this city before. But with that said, Dante, you need a drink.
All right, man. Give me a drink. I mean, this is gonna help me. I'm telling you, man. The
Hey
more I
man,
drink, the more I'm gonna see why this guy is fucking off his fucking rocker here, man. He gonna tell us.
you need
He
some
gonna
Hennessy.
tell. He's out of here. He's like, yo, I'm out. If y'all don't make me to start, if I don't start, I'm out. Dude, you not playing like a fucking starter. You're
Yeah, you're
not.
not. You're not playing
You're
like a
not.
franchise quarterback. Your
You're
stats you
not
put up this
playing
year
right
are
there.
terrible. And I mean, I hate to go back to last year. Last year, up to that fourth game, I mean, the last four games, you were playing poor too. You weren't upstairs. You were up there with the top quarterbacks. You wasn't in that top tier to garner $100 million contract. And this year, there are backup quarterbacks playing better than you are. I'm not even talking about our quarterback. I'm talking about guys that we would never think would be, a starter in this league. Uh, uh, Ryan Tannehill, he was a wide receiver coming out of Texas A&M, is a better quarterback than you right now. Uh, Tua from Miami, he got benched, and he's still a better quarterback than you right now. It's the ability to make the play, and you can't make the play. But you know what? Let's get this quarter started. This is a pregame show. We're supposed to be
All right, all
hyped.
right.
Your
All right,
rant
we
time,
gonna be
I hear
hyped.
you.
We by
I
the
hear
time
you.
we
I
get
hear
off
you.
this show here, everybody should have their full support behind Jalen Hurts. Now, I saw somebody said Jalen Hurts is not the answer, and I kind of agree with that. At this point right here, we have not seen enough from Jalen Hurts to say that he's the answer. But my focus on is solely on our franchise quarterback making the statement that he made earlier today, and that right there just gets under my skin, dude. Like you really haven't done. You were not a top 10 quarterback last year. You were like in the teens at that. And we all defended you when you weren't put on the top 100 players and all that. We thought it was a major disrespect to you and all that. And then you follow that up by coming out and having the year that you're having. And I still was defending you and finding every other reason why you that was contributing to you having a bad year. But at this point, man, and I know what the report said about you being accountable, but dude, you're impossible now. Now you're being impossible, dude. And I want you to have all the confidence in yourself that you can have. But this was not the time to make a power move like I don't want to be here if I'm not starting. Motherfucker, you ain't playing good enough to start. Come on, man. You not playing good enough to start and to give us an ultimatum. Like I don't want to be here if I can't start. You don't want to be here if you can't earn it. Are you afraid to go in the training camp? If you're
Yeah,
that
yeah,
confident about yourself, you wouldn't even make that comment. You would say, I'm coming back next year and I'm gonna show these motherfuckers that when I get on the field, they're gonna have no doubt that I should be starting. That's what you do. You don't come from the place of 75, 78 quarterback rating, 15 leading the league in turnovers, not only interceptions but turnovers altogether. Like you're turning the ball over more than whole teams are. And you come, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's within his control.
hmm
Forget the offensive line. You could throw the ball away and not turn the ball over. You know what I'm saying?
yep.
He sucks right now, and for him to come out and make that statement, yeah, I'm fucking pissed. I'm pissed at that.
Well,
Start the quarter, man.
well,
Start the
ladies and
quarter.
gentlemen, this is the first quarter.
You're now listening to the first quarter.
All right, man.
uh,
You're watching Eagles talk. You're watching the amped up Dark Knight right now, and we like to talk about our Philadelphia Eagles. I like to talk about them. I love them, but I bleed green till the day I die, and there's no one player bigger than the team. You know that if you know me. So. We like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, and we like to do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. Today, I'm doing the Ciroc Apple. I'm doing the Ciroc Apple.
I'll
My
finish
partner
up
over there,
this Henny, then
he's
I'm gonna
doing
go
that
right to my
Henny.
Jameson.
That's all I needed right there. If I had
Yeah,
some
you
Henny,
did.
boy, we really be Shannon Sharp, Shay, Club Shay in this motherfucker right now, cause,
Yo,
cause
I
I'm
will if
Club
we.
Dark Knight right
I will
now.
tell you right now, if we win today, before this show, I will go out and get another bottle of
We're
Hennessy.
gonna win. Go get it. Might as well do it. What you say you gonna do? We're
I'm gonna
going to
get
win.
I'm gonna get a bottle of Hennessy and get me another little cigarello. Yes, I'm gonna
All
get
right,
banned
go
from the
ahead.
cigar
Do
club.
it. We're winning today. All right, so here we go. Let me know what you're drinking out there. Like my man said, he's drinking the Henny. Our third co-host, she'll be here shortly, and you'll be pleasantly surprised at when she shows up. Uh, it'll be like a Sesame Street things. One of these things are not like the other. Well, all these things are going to be like the other when she shows up. But she'll be here shortly. Anyway, everybody, let's get ready. This is the virtual online tailgate for our Philadelphia Eagles as we take on the Arizona Cardinals. Down the hatch, 3, 2, 1. All right, I'll let you go into the inactives, and then I'll go to some comments out there.
Woo! I thought we was not gonna get to it.
All right, yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
No, you know what? It's all good. I'm gonna start with the Arizona Cardinals. For the Arizona Cardinals, inactives, backup quarterback Brent Huntley, wide receiver Annie Isabella, running back Eno Benjamin, safety Jalen Thompson, linebacker Kyle Fitz, offensive lineman Lamont Gilliard, offensive lineman, which is a very important position right here, Justin Pugh. He was their starting left guard, and he's out for the game.
All right, okay. Um,
For our Philadelphia Eagles,
yes.
cornerback Darius Slay. Of course, you know he didn't pass the concussion protocol and didn't travel. Safety Graylon Arnold. Running back Jason Huntley. Wide receiver John Hightower. Quarterback Nate Sutfield. And another wide receiver JJ Arthega-Whiteside.
All right, JJ Arthega Whiteside. And guess what? My co-host, is anybody damn, JJ Arthega Whiteside not on the active roster? Says nobody. Said nobody. But
You know,
my
we're 4
co-host
0,
here
man.
is
We're 4
mad.
0 with him in the on act. When he's active, he might not do nothing, but we're 4 0 with him. We're 4
We
0.
we not that team that could afford to have a guy active off of superstitious reasons. We just not we're not built like that. The way our bank account is set up, so the way our roster is set up, we can't have a spot just for the good luck charm. What I mean, this guy brings nothing to the table, nothing to the table. Nothing. So, like, what I mean? Give me a guy that can fall down there in front of somebody or something. Something. I'll take that. But no. Fuck J.J. Arthega, say Whiteside, whatever. And he can stay on the bench or whatever. But we got to go get this win. All right. Anyway, guys. Tim, Matt, Founders Breakfast. I left this up on here because I'm sort of knowledgeable about this. And Founders Breakfast Stout is very, very good. Very, very good. As a matter of fact, I have a Burlington County bourbon stout waiting for me. This is like $16 a bottle for like a 16-ounce bottle, yo. But
Wow.
the alcohol content in it is like 15, 16%. Like one bottle of this, and you're where you need to be. You know what I'm saying? You get to where you need to go with this thing. So Founders Breakfast Stout is in that family. Really good beer, so that's why I left it up there. Um, David said he's mad that the team looked better than with Hurts. Yeah, he is mad that the team looked better than Hurts.
You wanna know
We tried
why?
to
You wanna know why?
why?
Because Hurts ran the offense.
Yes, that's right. Uh-huh. All right, look. Theon Joe says, "Hey, my apologies to the people I asked to join the stream. Dante is only like this 3 to 4 times a year, I swear." And he is right. He's right. And it's so much so that I put a disclaimer out there
We
in the
gotta keep it
show
up there.
description that this will be explicit language because
Yeah.
I'm usually not like this. I'm not like EDP or anything like that. But today, these this motherfucker took me back to the streets. Like, yo, like for real. Like this dude, the Ginger Jesus. I can't believe he said this shit. What? My God. All right,
Uh,
Sulema, new drinking game. We take a shot every time Dante curses in the show. Y'all gonna be drunk as a
Yo, be
motherfucker.
drunk. Like
Y'all
this
gonna
whole
be
bottle
drunk
is.
in the motherfucker. I'm telling you that. All right, let me go all the way back to the top and recognize the first person in the room tonight, which was Dana. Dana was first and says, "Hey Eagles fans, what's up? Young Hug was second. Let's go Birds on Periscope too. That's what's up. Everett was third. If Eagles beat Cardinals, Eagles will be in the Super Bowl. Saints defense was #1 in the league. Redskins losing, Eagles out. Yeah, we got to talk about that too. We
Wow.
don't mention the P word, but we have no choice but to mention it because some things can take place and we can find ourselves there. We can find ourselves actually winning this division. And now, and I wasn't interested in doing that because this team has
Mm-hmm.
played so mediocre
Mm-hmm.
this year that I wasn't even looking forward to this team winning the division. I was just wanting to lick my wounds and get out of the season, get the high draft pick, and go on about our business. But after what Wentz said, I'm motivated again. I want Jalen Hurts to do great. I want this team to win the last 3 games and somehow make it into the playoffs and further show this guy that he is not all that he thinks he is, man. He needs to take a big slice of humble pie and calm his ass down because
Yeah, grow up here.
our the marriage between this coach and this quarterback
Mm-hmm.
has always been shaky. Doug Peterson is 11-3 when Carson Wentz doesn't start. He has a 500 record when he does start. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, you need to shut the fuck up for real. Shut up and produce, man. This dude wins. Our coach wins more when you don't play the game, and you're gonna make a power move like that.
You know what?
Miss me with
This
that, man.
I
Miss me
like the
with that.
comment. I like the comment you have on the screen by Larry Radford. Carson went out. I say, dude, just grow up here and battle for your job back instead of running away.
And
I
that's
mean,
exactly where I'm
that's
getting
going to
at.
be that's going to be your situation throughout the whole NFL period. All right.
Right.
If you don't battle for your position in the NFL, NFL stands for not for long. So if you
Mm-hmm.
don't battle for your position on wherever you go, you're going to end up losing a position. If you're playing poorly like this with any other team, trust and believe they would have been such as way before this week 13 game, week 14 game. All right. So you have been set. But here we have so much loyalty to you because of the money, and our head coach is so stubborn that we wrote it out for this long period of time. But at the same time, you gotta look at it. Would you be starting right now with the game way you have played? Would you be starting for the Texans? Would you be starting for Cincinnati? Would you be starting for New England? Would you be starting for Miami? Would you be starting for even the Colts? No. The way you're playing right now is a backup quarterback's play. Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm. Patrick Wayne Lee, I'll hear you out. I'm not opposed to hearing other opinions. I want Wentz to come out and say this on a press conference. Hard to believe he said that, but I understand if he did because he's frustrated with how he is playing this season. Because last year he won with no receiver over 500 yards. Plus, he's one of the reasons why we won a Super Bowl. So I'm not willing to trash him so soon. So I can't be completely mad at what he allegedly said. I understand the competitive part of what he said. I understand that you're not supposed to be happy with being demoted, but to say what you're not going to do this early on in the process, dude, sit down, shut the fuck up, and look in the mirror. Like I said before, man, that they didn't, we didn't. Well, I didn't have power to do this, but Doug Peterson and did not make the decision based on a Wentz that was producing, that was playing at the top of his game. He made this decision based on the way Wentz would fucking suck. That's what he made this decision on, and he did enough to contribute to Doug Peterson making the move that he made. Something had to be done. I mean, we've seen quarterbacks and I made this case for Wentz in his defense. We've seen quarterbacks have bad years and come back and be productive. But just shut up and prove that you can be productive, dude. Shut the fuck up. That's all I'm saying. For you, like me being a diehard Eagles fan, I don't want to hear my franchise quarterback say he want to leave. At no point do I want to hear that. I want to hear, we're Philadelphians. We want to hear that you're going to go in there and you're going to swing. You're going to go out with no bullets left in your gun. That's what we want to hear. We don't want to hear that shit. You trying to power play your way into starting next. No, you go earn that shit. You go earn that shit. Don't try to give us an ultimatum at, well, if I'm not starting, then I don't want to be here. Oh, so what, we supposed to coddle to you and say, well, he got to start, man. We give him the 128. We better give him the starting position back. No, you earn that. You earn
Hold up,
that.
Dante. Is this the Ryan Leaf syndrome starting to creep in?
Oh, I hope not. I mean, people are saying that the Wentz opponents are been saying that. Been saying he's not better than Nick Foles and stuff like that. He's not. We should have kept Nick Foles and all that. I don't agree with that, but I'm with them now to a certain degree that this is not the behavior that we want to see from our franchise
Mm-hmm.
quarterback. I mean, you suck right now. You need to look in the mirror and see what you were doing in 2017 that made you so successful, and as opposed to what you're doing now where you
Correct.
suck. And I'm not looking at around you because I've given you the excuses around you. But as a player, as a competitor, you need to look in the mirror and look at what you need to improve. The other things you can't control. You can't control how healthy the offensive line is. You can't
Mm-hmm.
control who they pick in the draft. You cannot control that. What you can control is your footwork, your fundamentals, your decision making, getting rid of the ball. You can actually learn from this young guy that's in there. This guy that had no sacks last week. You can
Mm-hmm.
actually learn from him because you're gun shy back there. I'm not saying you don't have good reason to be that, but you're gun shy back there. You're looking at the rust more than you're looking downfield. All right, that's the end of the first quarter. You're looking downfield more than you're looking at receivers. This young guy is getting out. He's dropping back. He doesn't see an option. First, second read, he's out. Boom,
Yeah.
quick, decisive. He's running or he's throwing the ball away. You need to look in the mirror and see what you can do better, but don't give us an ultimatum telling us you're not going to, if you're not starting, you don't want to play here. Dude, if you're not starting, we don't want you here. If you can't beat out
Mm-hmm.
this guy that we think you should beat out, you
Yeah.
shouldn't be here anyway
Yeah.
because you cost too much damn money to sit on the bench
Yeah.
anyway.
You
So
do.
I don't want to see you sitting on the bench. If you can't win the starting job, we both agree. If you can't win the starting job, you should not be here. But don't give me an ultimatum. That's what I'm not going for. Don't give us an ultimatum. Shit. Uh-uh.
I'll tell you this right now. We're a town of blue collar workers, and we're a very knowledgeable fan base. And what Dante just said from the beginning to the end right now is 100% correct on how the fan base will feel and will turn on you. You have to use common sense. You can't put these things out in the media. You can't talk to your friends about this stuff. You're $100 million quarterback that's sitting the bench. Collect that check, fight for your job, or have your agent move you next year without being very reckless like you are right now. So, with that being said, let me end this quarter,
And that's the end of the quarter.
and I'm out of Henny.
All right, you're watching Eagles Talk by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. This is the virtual tailgate as we prepare for our Philadelphia Eagles to take on the Arizona Cardinals. We'll start talking about that now. I'm done with the rant and all that.
We're gonna get
But
hyped for this game. We're gonna get hyped for this
yeah,
game.
we're gonna get
I
hyped
got
for
you.
this game.
I got
Uh,
you.
the young boy comes in, second game starting, and he faces an Arizona Cardinals team, which many people probably would predict that we would not win. But if you look closely at their roster and their makeup, they're not unbeatable. They're just playing better. They have some better personnel this year than they had last year, and they have a good record and all that. But when you look at it, when you dissect it, this team is very beatable. So I'm expecting us to win, man. I know I'm jumping the gun on the prediction, but I really do. I expect Jalen Hurts to continue to provide spark. I don't see him passing for 350 yards and 4 touchdowns, anything like that. But I think I think that he does enough. That he continues to build on what he did last week. No
Mhm.
sacks, getting out of the pocket, running for a couple first downs, just keeping the offense on the field long enough where the defense can have some rest and still remain effective late into the game, which is what's not happening under Carson Wentz. The defense was balling, and that's the reason why we were in any of these games this year.
Mhm.
But the offense was not holding up their end of the deal. And sometimes it was just as little as just sustaining a couple drives, getting a couple first downs every time you went out there would help the defense out a lot. Instead of going out there 3 and outs 5 times in a row. You know what I'm saying? Where the defense is gassed by the time the end of the third and the fourth quarter comes. So, in just that alone, the young guy has really helped out the defense a lot and this team in the process. So things like that, Wentz. Take a look at that, Wentz. So let's start this. Let's start this second
Oh,
quarter, man.
man.
You're now listening to the second
We gotta do the
quarter.
shopping. We gotta get hype. We definitely
All
gotta
right,
get hype for
I
this
got
one,
the
man.
shot, man. Go ahead and play the song. I know you want to play music now. Go ahead, play the music.
We gotta do the chop first, man.
All right, go to do the shot. Here we go. I'm doing the Ciroc Apple. My man's doing the. What are you doing now? You drink all the Henny,
Henny.
right?
That's
What
this
you
is the last
doing?
of the Henny
That's
right
sweet
now.
tea. Oh, okay. All right. I thought that was sweet
You're
tea.
right.
All right. Anyway,
No, it's
here we
Sunday.
go. He's doing the Henny. I'm doing the Ciroc Apple. Down the hash. 3, 2, 1.
Eagles Talk, the number one Eagles coverage show on Facebook. That is by Eagles fans for Eagles fans.
Let's get hyped for Jalen Hurts. No one likes us. No one likes us. No one likes us. Really, really, no one likes us. Eagles. Eagles. Yeah. All right, let's get hyped because the young guy is going to lead us to a second victory here. I'm all in on Jalen Hurts now. Do I think he's as talented as Carson Wentz? No, I don't really think so, but I'm telling you, I'm off the Wentz wagon right now, man. And it's all messed up.
He brings some. He brings something else to the table. Speaking of bringing something else to the table, I got to read a quote. So this was took it from earlier in the week when John Clark, because John Clark is one of those guys that gets all these good quotes from Doug Peterson. So he asked Doug Peterson on Jalen work extra work with wide receivers and build a chemistry. He said this is exactly what it takes for teams to be successful. When players take it upon themselves to spend time after practice working on their craft or in a classroom watching extra tape when they're not around the coaches. This is what you see from the reality, really, from the majority of our football team. It's guys spending extra time. I break down the team at the end of practice and allow them to get off the field, but they want to stay on the field and get more reps. I think it's so important that they do that. I do think that the chemistry is beginning to build with the team. Now he's talking about Jalen Hurts as a rookie that's doing this. It's actually staying after practice that's doing extra work. This should have been a theme about Carson Wentz. This was a theme with Carson Wentz early on. Remember the 2016 year when he was sitting on the bench against the Browns, looking at film, looking at the different plays, different coverages, and he went out there and threw 2 touchdowns, right? Remember that game? And they was talking about the difference between the Cleveland Browns and the Philadelphia Eagles at that particular time. What happened to that work ethic? It's not there no longer.
It's not there any longer. Um, I'm sorry. I said I was going to move on to the game and all that, but
You
Anthony
can't.
H says I can't. I'm sorry. I can't get past it. I don't blame Wentz for what he's saying. He wants out. Wentz got sacked 57 times. He gets hits on every play, and the wide receivers don't run at 100% on their routes. The O line is trash.
Yeah,
Also tore his
yeah.
ACL and broke his back. He ain't break his goddamn back. First of all, I'm gonna go back. Now that I'm not on the Wentz wagon, I'm gonna reveal the truth. He ain't break his damn back. They sat his ass down and blamed it on his back because he wasn't playing good at the time, and they wanted to see how Nick Foles, how the team will react bringing in Nick Foles. They at that point they were like, all right, if we don't make the playoffs, we don't make the playoffs.
Hmm.
But let's play Nick and see what happens. And we made the playoffs there. So no, I don't buy that. Getting sacked 57 times. I'm not saying it's all his fault. No, the
Yeah,
offensive line has not been that good. But guess what? That same makeshift offensive line gave up no sacks last week with the rookie quarterback is in there. Coincidence? I don't think so. Do they still did over a week's time? Did they just morph into a Pro Bowl or top 5 offensive line unit? No, they did not. The difference, and the only difference, was the quarterback behind that offensive line. And that was one Jalen Hurts that made quick decisions and got out of the pocket immediately. Did not hold on to the ball for nearly 20 seconds or so, waiting for a receiver to get open.
Yeah.
He made quick decisions, and he lived with those decisions, and those decisions were productive decisions. And that's the same thing Carson Wentz. Bad decision making, that's on Carson Wentz's shoulder. So no, I don't buy that, Anthony. I
You know
appreciate the
what?
attempt. I was giving those same excuses when Carson Wentz until he said what he had to say.
You know what? I gotta say this. The one thing about that comment that you put up there about the wide receivers not running 100%, I do have to agree with that because there is some game tape that I've actually looked at, and it's surprising to see that our Jalen Rager is not running full speed. And we talked about this last week when he caught that cross route, finally got a crossing route, and it looked like he wasn't running full speed, like he was looking to set something up, or it looked like he was pulling up lane. Like these receivers that's out there, you're fighting for your job, you're fighting for your life, and with this quarterback and this offensive line, you had to run full speed to get to your spots to get open, and we need you to be productive in that aspect. As far as throwing the ball around, just to be knowledgeable enough just to throw the ball away when the play is dead, I mean that's common sense. A guy outside playing street football right now know if his guy's not getting over and he's going to get tackled on the street, he's going to throw the ball away so he don't get tackled, right? I mean that's just common freaking sense. And one last thing I want to add before we start actually going into this game, because we need to go into this game, is that Jalen Hurts did play against some great competition. He changed his game when he went to Oklahoma from Alabama. He was more or less a running quarterback with Alabama, but when he came to Oakland, I mean, it's Oakland. When he came to Oklahoma, he was more of a passing quarterback. Even though he had 20 rushing touchdowns, he still had 32 passing touchdowns, and I think four picks. So he was very effective in that aspect of throwing the ball, over 3,200 yards passing. He was very dangerous throwing the ball, and they're still trying to replace that now in Oklahoma.
Yeah. Did I just send her the right one? I'm sorry. I am trying to see if my co-host wants to be on here now, so I'm trying to see if I
The
sent her the
voice
right
of
one.
reason.
All right, okay.
You
The
call
voice
her the
of
voice
reason.
of reason.
The voice
She
of
gonna calm
reason.
you down.
She's gonna calm me down. I hope she does calm me
Nah,
down.
she
All right,
not
all right.
calm
Let
you
me go to
down
some
now.
comments, man. Bingo. He has played big games in college. If nothing, theirs. Throw it away. Bill Crow says. Jacqueline Brady. Also, he has never had a chance to run because Wentz gets sacked. Well, I mean,
Wentz has opportunities.
yeah,
We
he has
both have looked at
opportunities.
game tapes. He had opportunities to i.e. either throw the ball away or get the ball out quicker, or he missed wide open wide receivers that will probably went for touchdowns. We saw that all year. Looking back at the game film, we've seen that all year. His focus was either half of the field is he can't see the other half of the field. So if he's focused on this side of the field, he can't even, like, his progression this year is terrible.
Right. All right. His progression is terrible this year, and I'm done with him. Um, all right.
Uh-oh.
All right. We have our third co-host on here. I'll bring her in now. Um, Her hair looks nice. Look at it. She got the braids and all that. I haven't even talked about that. We're going to talk about it now because this Uptown Dante right here. So I'm forgetting all of that. We can forget all that shit. Here we go. All right, there she is. All right, here we go. All right. Guess
Look
what? You
at
see
that.
that? Look at
Look
the
at that.
background,
Look
yo.
at
Wow.
that.
She's official now. Nichelle's official Eagles talk. Oh, what's up, Nichelle?
Hello. Do I sound okay? I have no
Yeah, you
idea.
missed the I gave you the little windscreen joint that goes over the joint. You ain't see it? You better
No.
check your car. It probably fell out. The little sponge joint that goes over the mouthpiece. You ain't see
Oh,
that?
me.
I mean, you don't need it and all that, but I did include it in there. Oh, look, see, she got it now. All right, here we go. All right, so
You
now
got a green
here's our
shirt on.
third co-host, and she looks official. She has the background. We all coordinate. We coordinating now.
Coordinated.
Yo. All
Is it a
right,
white?
turn your volume up a little bit. Can you turn the volume up on the
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better. All right, so I went on a rant. You might have missed it, but I really
He cursed once
emphatically,
out.
yeah, I cursed once out. This is, this is not regular Dark Knight. This is Uptown Dark Knight. This is from the streets Dark Knight. This edition right here. I might change in the post game, but right now I'm coming straight from the streets. But I officially jumped off of the Wentz wagon because of what he said about he not no motherfucker, you was not playing right, and they
He's
sat your
slow.
ass down like
Yeah,
yo. Like,
explicit.
like, dude, we ain't fucking. I mean, like, for real rap. Like, we didn't. I mean, and I didn't do it. Doug did it, but Doug didn't do this shit based off of like he just pulled shit out the air. He looked at his fucking quarterback and said, "Dude, you fucking suck right now, and
Mhm.
I got to do something different." So he earned that benching, and for him to earn that benching and come back with no like I'm gonna do better or I'm gonna get my job back or nothing. He just plain out said like, dude, if I ain't starting, I'm not willing to back nobody up. Seriously, dude, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me right now? As bad as you played, you not even willing to compete for your job. You just like, I want to start. I want to go back to start, and I ain't backing nobody up. I'm not. That doesn't sit well with me. I'm sorry. Tell me if I'm wrong, Michelle. Bring me back if you can bring me back. I don't think so
Look,
though.
I'm not mad at you, to be honest with you. I was disappointed when I got the alert on my phone about what Wentz said. So the fact that he's not even willing to fight and this is how he wants to go out, that's disappointing. That's disappointing. And that's a testament to maybe some things that have been going on behind the scenes
Maybe
that
somebody was
possibly are
right.
true. Right. Maybe
Maybe
some
somebody
folks was
was
right.
right.
All right, now let me translate for y'all. She's saying that motherfucker's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, all right, so I'm gonna keep it real because I'm gonna use all my curse words up. I gave a disclaimer in the pregame. I'm going. This is a cursing show right here, so I'm using them all up. I'll go back to regular Dante next week. But what see translation is, this motherfucker is tripping. That's what he's saying. He gonna come out as bad as he's been playing and say like I don't want to compete. If I'm not starting, I don't want to play. I don't want to play for this city anymore. Guess what? We don't want you to play for this city anymore. I'm done covering up all that shit that you've been doing. You've been playing bad, dude. I've been giving you reason after reason after excuse on what contributed to
And
maybe you playing
he's a
bad,
Wentz
but you
fan.
got to look in the fucking mirror. You're not seeing reality right now.
Mhm.
He's got to look in the mirror and say, even if the offensive line has not been solid all year, what can I do better? And instead of him doing that, he's going to tell us, he's going to give us an ultimatum. I don't want to back anybody up. Motherfucker, play better. You wouldn't even be out of the game. If he did what Jalen Hurts did last week, uh, for 5 or 6 games, he would still be playing. Jalen
Yeah.
Hurts didn't tear up the league last week. He didn't. But he kept drives going. We won the game. He didn't turn the ball over.
Mhm.
That's all we're asking. When you're not on top of when you're not the Wentz of 2017, we need you not to be the Wentz of today. That's what we need. There has to be a happy medium in between. So if you're not playing like Wentz of 2017, we can't afford for you to play like Wentz of 2020. We need you to play like Hurts of 2020 and not turn the ball over. You ain't got to be spectacular, but just don't turn the ball over and get us some first downs. Take what they're giving you, like the young guy is doing, and then make something of it, man. You've got to do better. You've
Yeah,
got to do better. So,
I agree
uh,
with that. I
I don't
agree.
think he has the character to be a Broad Street bully. That was always
Nah,
questionable.
nah.
So I think just his personality wise is not a good fit for this city, unfortunately.
yeah, he got to go. I'm sorry, man. You
Oh,
got to go
I'm
back
reading the
to
comments. I'm reading the comments, and it's
he
hilarious.
got to go back to shit. Look.
Shell's over there like, "Yo, he's got to stop listening to AR Ab and Dark Low. You don't listen to these people."
I don't even know who they are. I thought they were acronyms. I didn't know who they are. He said AB. I was like, AB, what that stand for? I don't know what he's talking about. Shell,
But
I
you know
don't know
what?
what you're talking about.
We feel the frustration. We understand the frustration. As fans, has been fans for this team for a very long time, most of our life. We gotta understand something that We understand what it is to be a you gotta have that spirit, that Philadelphia Eagles spirit. We listen to a guy like a Brian Dawkins talk, the passion that he speaks with, the accountability that he speaks with. Even when Donovan McNabb was here, he wasn't well liked, but he did have some accountability at some point before TL came. Then it became Donovan McNabb, some other drama dude, whatever. Um, listen, Wentz needs to shut his mouth, needs to get into his playbook. He needs to get into his training regiment and need to get better. Point blank.
All right, look, Jeremiah just called me out. He said, Dante, this whole show can't be about how Wentz sucks. All right, you're right. I'm sorry, but God damn it, don't I'm waking up from a peaceful night of enjoying
Wait a minute,
myself,
Dante. This is a funny one right
and
here.
I'm laying in the bed, and this is the first thing I see. I'm sorry, you can't give me that laying in the
Yeah,
bed, and that's the first thing I see.
yeah.
Look, welcome today's guest host, Samuel L. Jackson. They talking
No more snakes on this. All right, man. I gotta get into this. I gotta get into this. Every game day, we have been doing this for the past 2 weeks, and I think it's gonna make it just that feeling of getting ready for this game. As we get ready for this game, you gotta hear this. You gotta hear this.
That's how I felt when I heard Went's statement.
You gotta go. You
That's
gotta
what
go.
I.
We
That's
gotta
how
get
I
going.
felt
We
when I
gotta
heard
get
Went's
going,
statement.
man.
I was like, ah, this motherfucker said he don't want to play for us. Ah, he
All
want
right,
to
man.
leave if he don't start. Ah, somebody sack him. That's how I felt when I heard that statement. All right, but I'm not going to dwell on that. What we're going to change it to something, change it over. Let's change the attitude and all that. Look at Nichelle's hair. Everybody look at Nichelle's hair. All
I'm
right, look.
going to
No,
Costa
no, no,
Rica,
no,
so I
no.
need
I'm
some
gonna put her on a
braids.
solo dome. Boom. She by herself now. Look. See
Is
where
she
they got the
smiling?
joke. Look, see modeling. Look, I'm jealous because first of all, she's getting ready. She gonna fly away for Christmas. You know what I mean? She getting ready. She about to be out, and then
Oh
some.
no!
She gonna be in tropical weather while we here celebrating in the cold and all that. But I just had to give shouts out to her hair. First of all, that's more than 8 braids. Wait a minute, that's not no big. I thought you was
It's
only
probably
getting
about
eight
20.
braids. All right, 20 braids. Okay. All right, so we're gonna give shout out to Nichelle because she's flying over to the tropics somewhere in Christmas. We're gonna be here in the cold for winter like you should be, like it should be. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? That's traditional right there. I don't know what she doing. But
We gotta have
traditionally
snow.
we gonna hold it down here and we gonna be in 30-degree weather when Christmas comes in.
I might actually go play a football game outside.
Look, these kids are international. So my youngest son's going to Georgia with his dad, and my oldest and his wife and in-laws are going to Costa Rica. So I'm gonna go meet my oldest in Costa Rica
No, I'm just hating
for
because I
sure.
want my
I
kid's
know.
too
You just
young. I'm
mad.
like,
It's
damn,
okay. I'll take all
damn.
the hate. I'll take all the hate.
All right, here we go. All right, so let's talk about the game. All right, so we got the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona Cardinals have been having a good year for their standards. Their coach Kinger, what's his name? Kingsby or what's his name? Kingerly. What's the guy's name? I forget.
Oh,
Forget the King.
Kingsbury. Yeah,
Kingsbury. All right,
yeah.
Kingsbury. He has turned this franchise around. He's had some help, especially by Bill O'Brien trading him D
Oh my
Hop,
goodness, man, that's just
trading him
terrible.
D Hop. So now his young franchise quarterback has a superior weapon that they have been utilizing this year, and they have a winning record. And going into this game, it looked like that we probably didn't stand a chance, and it's going to be an uphill battle. Don't get it twisted. We don't have our top cornerback in the game today, so D Hop is going to be running against our secondary that
Jalen
doesn't.
Mills,
Yeah, Jalen Mills and the such,
Seymour,
and
Robbie
the
Nicole Roman.
historic Eagle killer, Larry Fitzgerald, still has enough in the tank that he can hurt us today if we do not play him well. So we have those. Those are the two biggest threats. Um, well, no, I would say D Hop is probably the biggest, then Kyler Murray, then Larry Fitzgerald.
No, no,
So
no,
we
no,
have
no, no.
three
You
big
got to change it up. You got to change that up right quick.
who
Kyler Murray is the biggest threat with this team. This team going against Kyler Murray is it's a Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson type quarterback back there. But at the same time, he has a good arm. He can get the ball out quickly. I know you want to put D Hop as number one threat, but who touched the ball in offense the most? The quarterback, correct? The
right?
more opportunities he had with the ball, the more opportunities he had to beat this team.
All right, you're right. You're right. I'll give you that. So there are some threats, but this team is not unbeatable. Their defense is not top 10, not top 15. They can be had. So with this new scheme, this new quarterback in place, we put up 24 points last week against the
Mhm.
number one defense. Against this defense, which is far from being the number one defense, if we can get 30 points, I think we can go win. If we can put up 30 points, I think we can go win. If we can put up 24 plus points, we have a good chance of winning. But if we put up 30 or more, we are winning today. Everett is updating us on the Redskins game.
Yes.
That's a great segue into the fact that, and I don't talk about it much, but we are still in position to make the playoffs. And I'm rooting for you. Know me. Prior to today, I was like, "All right, we got the young boy in there. Let's see what he can do. Let's get the high draft pick." I'm not even thinking about the playoffs. But after Carson Wentz, what he said today,
Playoffs.
I
Playoffs.
am motivated to see this young rookie do as best as he can, and this team try to make it to the playoffs just to prove this quarterback here, this guy who is out of touch, who has no humility at all, to me. Um, I'm done with him. I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm done with him. I'm not that done where I would say let's keep, because when it came down, we talked about it weeks prior. If it came down to the keeping the quarterback or keeping the coach, I said keep the quarterback.
Mhm.
Now, well, I don't want to keep the quarterback, but I still don't want to keep the coach. I'm sorry. I just don't want to keep both of them now. So they could both
They all
leave.
gotta go.
Yeah, they all got to go. Everybody got to go now. So that's the end of the second quarter, man. I mean, third quarter. Let's
Me in the
start
corner.
the.
And that's the end of the quarter. You're now listening to the fourth
Get right into it.
quarter.
Go right into the fourth quarter. So you're behind, Nichelle. So that means you have to take three shots. No, I'm teasing. I'm
That's funny.
All right. She said
Well,
that's
that's
funny.
normally the tradition, As a host
That's
on
what
here, when
just
you're
all
late,
right.
you got to take your shots.
Yeah, you gotta take your shot. All right, I'm drinking the Ciroc
She doing it. Hold,
apple.
wait a minute. Wait a minute.
She
What are you
smelled her
doing,
shot. What's her shot? All right, Captain
Captain
Morgan.
Morgan? Ooh,
Captain
ooh.
Morgan. Pat is doing the Henny.
Well,
Shay.
Jameson, now I'm out of Henny.
Damn, girl, how long was you sitting up between the girl?
Ooh.
Did you go to a actual? Oh, she going. Oh, she manning up. Oh, she
I'm gonna
manning
give you
up.
two. I'm gonna
Oh
give you two.
shit.
I'm not giving you
All
three
right,
unless
she
you
gonna
want me
give
to.
us two. All
I
right.
understand that. I understand
I
that.
was I was about to ask, like, was you at a real salon or was you at somebody's house where you was like sitting
No,
in
I was
between the
at a
girl
real
legs and all that on the
salon.
floor?
I was at a
Okay, all
real
right, all
salon, and
right.
we were watching Ghosts.
All
So
right. Okay, because you got to
Ghost.
check. Because you know how it is. You get your hair braided. I know how it is. You sometimes if you're not in the salon, you sitting on the floor in between somebody's legs and they doing your hair from
no,
on top. I
no,
had
we
dreads.
don't.
I know. I know what this is.
I'm too
Okay.
old for that.
All
Mm-mm.
right. So she was in the room. All right. So here we go. Let's do our shots. We got 8 minutes till a little over 8 minutes. All right, to kick off. Down the hatch, 3, 2, 1. All right, tell me. Either one of you guys can jump in, but tell me, how do we win this game today? Tell me,
For hope
We
and the
got to
prayer.
shut down Kyler. For
Kyler.
seriously, I think somebody said Robert said that he might be nursing a little bit. He might be a little bit banged up. So I'm hoping our D line can get some pressure on him and get him out of rhythm a little bit. Because if we let him run around and make big plays, that's what's going to kill us. So if we can get lay hands on young boy, we have a real shot. And to your point, Dante, we definitely have. We can't beat the Cardinals with 21 points. We're going to need at least 24, 27, 30 points. But again, this D line is going to have to lay hands on Kyler and get him out of his game and play some grown man football up front for us to stop them.
I definitely agree with that. You got it. Everything starts with the front four, front five, the offensive line, defensive line. Like you got that line of scrimmage. We have to control that. I think I've been saying this since week one. You know, if we can control the line of scrimmage, regardless of who we play, we can dominate that game. We have the monsters up front, especially with our defense. The way they've been playing lately, we have the monsters up front to really take this game over at any given time. It's just our offensive line. You know that constant in and out of different offensive linemen. Like this is another week that we have a different starting offensive lineman. You know, it hasn't been a 2 week stint where we had the same offensive lineman. It hasn't been all year. So with that being said, I need Fletcher Cox to be big today. I need Hargrave to be big. I need Sweat to be huge. I need Brandon Graham to come alive again. You got 7 sacks at the halfway point. We say you're a Pro Bowl All Pro. You haven't had a sack since.
Right.
We need you to go out there and earn it today, big guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
All right.
definitely
So,
need him to come back, to Super Bowl form, B. Graham. That's who we need today if
Hmm.
we're going to win this game.
oh wow, here we go. See, I'm trying to get away from this, but see, every time I try to get out, they pull
He
me
pulled
back
me
in.
back
They
Here we
in.
go.
drag you
Robert.
back down
Robert
the
said,
rabbit
from what
hole.
I understand, it was his agent that did the talking for Wentz. I think it's a shameful disappointment to hear crap coming from his camp. Yes, I'm not even gonna. I'm not
A lot of
gonna.
times it's the agent.
I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna say nothing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that translation for what Nichelle said. Y'all motherfuckers better step up. Y'all motherfuckers better step up. Translation. Y'all motherfuckers better step up. That's all I'm saying. Uptown, Dark Knight talking right here. Y'all motherfuckers better step up. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Carlos says, so what? So what are we going to do about a backup quarterback? Because Wentz done showed us he wears a romper. He wears a romper after crying about him not bad. He wears a
Man, I
romper.
got wait a minute, wait a minute. You can't
Flag on the
no man, you cannot throw no romper out there, dude.
He wears a romper. I'm with it. I'm with it. After all this bullshit you done played and you played as bad as you
Oh,
played and you come out and this week you want to say this shit here, yeah, you wear a romper, motherfucker. You wear a
oh
romper.
man.
Cause your ass need to for real, like I don't care if it was my camp saying that. I would have been like, yo, I don't think we should say that. Cause I really have been fucking up. This is me. If I was Wentz, like, yo, I really have been fucking up. Let me just go and I could take young boy. I can come back and all that. I ain't worried about that. That's me. Like this is basketball Dante. If I was faced with the same situation, I would not be scared. I would correct what I need to correct and come into training camp next year and show the young boy that
I
who's
would
boss.
dominate.
That's what
I
I
would
would do. I
dominate.
would dominate in the next training camp. I would not have to come out and say, "Well, look, man, I don't like this, man. If I ain't starting next year, then I'm out." No, I'm gonna come in there and I'm going to take my starting job back, and then and then if I feel like it's an unfair um, evaluation, I might say something.
Hmm.
But if I come back, I'm gonna come back and try to get my job back. I'm not gonna say this shit now. I'm not happy, but I'm going to be quiet right now because for real, I'll look in the mirror and say like, dude, I have been playing bad. It wasn't like they fucking was picking on me or nothing like that.
Hmm.
I was playing horrible. We had another backup. Let's see what he can do. This season doesn't seem to be going anywhere at the time. Why am I upset, man? That man, he really
Let's
messed me
let's
up.
talk, but let's talk about camps practice. Cliff over there brought up Fulgham. Let's talk about that. So, word is from that article that came out that Fulgham doesn't practice like the
Yeah, I
way
heard that too.
we
Hmm.
talking about practice right now. So if we
Practice,
talk about
practice.
practice,
We're talking about the game.
right?
Practice.
Well, that was Ray Didinger's take today on WIP. He said, "I really don't think that should be the priority these last three or
Mhm.
four games. Let's just see what the young boy gives you. Let's just see what he got out there, and you work that stuff out in the off season. There's no time for that right now if we really
Correct.
want to be competitive." So apparently, he's gotten his clock taken from him because of the way he's practiced. But he was on pace to be one of the top receivers in the league.
He was gonna have 1,000 yard season.
Come
A
on.
1,000 yard
Like, so
season.
where are Doug's priorities? Going back to Doug, where are his priorities? Okay, so he
Well,
wasn't having a good practice. Well, your quarterback wasn't having a good mental year, and it took you
Mm,
forever to bench him. So you immediately going to bench Fulgham? Come on, he should be on the field more, not
yes.
timid Alshon. Alshon's just not. He's not the Alshon of old. So the fact that we don't get to see him more, I think, is a problem, and that just decreases our chances of stretching the field without Fulgham.
I definitely agree with that. I think that Doug Peterson's motivation or his focus is on making the playoffs. I don't think he has any interest in trying to see what the young. He's not giving up on the season. Let's put it that way. Doug Peterson is still trying to win. Still trying to. Doug Peterson is still trying to win a Super Bowl.
I
Yeah,
gotta
I
say
mean, I
this.
mean,
I want to say
he's
this. I got. I
so
got. I got to get
so
this out
he's
of my.
not in that frame of mind of like, let's see what the young guys have for
No,
next year
man.
and all that.
I got to
I
say this.
think that he's locked and loaded. That, and I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying that I think that he's locked and loaded in. We got to make the playoffs. That's going to save my job, and that's where he is. I'm
Dante,
not saying I
let me
agree
get this
with it.
out, Dante. Let me get this out. All right, let me stop you right there with the Doug Peterson nonsense. All right, coaches are the single reason why we lose games. All right, for you want to look at an example, go back to yesterday. It was a Big Ten championship game. Northwestern was beating Ohio State. All the coach had to do was put the ball in the quarterback hand and let the quarterback dictate where he wanted to go with the ball or run the ball straight ahead. He wants to do these end of rounds. He wanted to do these wildcat plays in back-to-back times and put his team in bad situations where it's 3rd and 19, 3rd and 21. Now your quarterback is doing an impossible task against a number 3 ranked team. The coach has the biggest influence, especially when you're the offensive coordinator, on how this team can be successful. All right. Forget all that. Forget all I need to make the playoffs. What can you do today to make this team successful? What plays are you going to call consecutively? How can you get into a flow where this quarterback could be successful? Don't be calling BS plays and say, oh, yeah, I thought it could work. No. If a single play is working like he did last week, running the ball, run the freaking ball. Now, if you can throw the screen out there and it's working, throw the screen. Don't be idiotic when you're calling these plays. And that's what we have. We have an idiotic play caller calling these plays. Simple stuff can be simplified, but he wants to make everything difficult for each quarterback that goes in there. Let's be real. Let's be honest.
All right, translation, he fucking up. All right, I'm
Yes.
being real today. I'm just gonna be real.
Yes.
Translation, let's start. He fucking up. He fucking up, right? All right, this is Uptown Dark Knight. This is Uptown Dark Knight. I'm sorry. I'll go back to regular Dark Knight next week, maybe even post game. But this is Uptown Dark Knight. And then Pat just said he fucking up. He fucking up. All right.
I
So
gotta
here
get
we
a new
go.
spot in there,
Travis,
man.
John Grant. We're gonna go into predictions because we only got about 4 minutes before kickoff. John Grant says Travis program was a huge part of the offense, but you pull him because of an older receiver who has caught 4 to 5 catches in 5 games. That's crazy. I agree with that. Um, Here we go. I formation quarterback option to the left side. Hey coach, 3rd and 32. What's the play? Doug, hey guys, let's run 27 trap. We can make it. All right. All right. So come on. Prediction for today's game. I'll start with ladies first. Nichelle, what's going to happen today? Can we win?
We can win, but it's going to take a lot. I'm gonna be hopeful and go with a 30-27.
Wow.
30 to 27. I think that's about what we need. We need about 20, 30 points to feel comfortable if our defense can do what they do. It's we kind of behind the 8 ball. We don't have Slay in there, and they have D Hopkins. I don't know how our defensive coordinator is going to scheme for him, but ooh, that's going to be our biggest task today. Our biggest task is
Absolutely.
going to be trying to shut down D Hop and Larry Fitzgerald, because Larry
Well, if we
Fitzgerald
shut
is an
down
Eagles
Kyler,
killer.
we don't have to shut down the receivers.
That's
Yeah,
true.
true that, true that.
That's true
All right,
because you
Pat, what
know
do you
Start
say?
there.
we start there. We're able to get pressure against this quarterback and stop their special gadget plays that they win with. We're able to do something that we thought was impossible. Am I going to predict this game? Heck no, Max. Because the way this team is playing, they're wishy washy. Let's be honest. They're up and down. They're left and they're right. They don't know which way is up. They don't know which way is down. And with that being said, Dante, whatever you predict is what I'm predicting.
All right, well
That's why
then
I
we
said
winning this
hopeful.
shit.
Let's
We
keep it
winning this shit
hopeful.
today. Fuck that. We winning this shit today. Dion 41-33. I say doing that. Yeah, we winning this shit today.
Really?
On
41?
the on
Really? We gonna put
Yes,
that to
on the
Bronte?
strength of my man, Jalen Hurts. Fuck that, fuck Wentz and all that. We winning today. We young boy is going. I'm not saying he throwing for 350 and 5 touchdowns like I said my man Wentz would do. You know what I'm saying? But he's not my man no more. You know what I mean? He's dead. He's dead to me.
Well, if you
I'm
jumping
doing him
ship,
like
why can't
Howie.
you give
He's
it to
dead to me.
Hurts? Give it to Hurts. You don't think he can
Yes.
put up some stats? If you
Yeah, give
jumping
it to
ship,
Hurts.
you want to give the young boy some stats? Come on
Yeah,
now,
I
Dante.
think he's
Go
going to
hard or
do
go home.
enough
Go hard or
to
go home.
win. He's going to do enough to win. We're going to run the ball. We're going to see a lot of Sanders today. That's good. I think Hurts is going to do his part with his legs as well as with his arm. Watch today. I think you're going to be surprised in what he does with his arm today. But he's going to do it with his legs, with his arm, and Miles Sanders is going to be key to that. We saw what happens when you make him or give him a
Run the
prominent role in
ball.
the
Run the
offense.
dang
You
Yeah.
ball.
see what happens when you do that with Miles Sanders. So I say we see a lot more of that today, and I say we get this win today. We're going to get this win today, man. Thank you guys for putting up with my rant, with my filthy mouth, or whatever you want to call it. Um, I hope that we winning this shit. Fuck that. Dante don't. Look, he quoted me. He quoted me. He quoted me. All right,
Drop
JT
a
is on it.
bomb.
JT, what's up,
JT,
man? Where you
man.
been at? All right, so we winning this shit. Fuck that. Like I said, we winning that, John. He said, "What Dante drinking? Shit, start talking, sir."
We
All
gotta
right.
go, y'all.
Anyway, we
All
winning
right,
this, John.
y'all.
Don't worry about it. We gonna see y'all in the post game. It's about to be kickoff. Everybody, go root for our Philadelphia Eagles and watch what I
Seattle
say.
beat
We'll see y'all
Washington.
guys
Seattle
post
beat Washington.
game. We're out. Peace. Take us out, Pat.